가이드봐요. 아이온의 운명은 이제 그대에게 달려있습니다.
Hello and welcome. This will be a long video now. Well, it's gonna be a kind of a recap since 5.0 so far. We've been in 5.0 about nearly 3 weeks, like 2 weeks and a half or something. And I've seen that loads of you guys were asking me how is it going, how is 5.0, and so far I'm happy. Like 5.0, I like it. I think it's a really good update. What they're doing with the game, it's definitely going in the right direction for me. Well, that's my personal opinion. I do understand though that some of you guys are kind of scared, or we just do not know like how it's gonna change for the European server or the US server. Well, the US server are definitely a little bit better than the European servers, but the European servers, since we usually just get little bits of an update, that's why I do understand that most of you guys are kind of, like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Anyways, so I've spoken so far with a lot of Korean players who are playing currently already on the max level, and most of them are really enjoying the update, and most of them are really liking the update. Well, some of them told me that the enchantment system, the new system, it's really costly, but you are really getting more weapon or gear to max level than before, so you actually have, even though you are paying more, but you are getting somewhere. It's not like before where you would be paying a lot of amount to, I don't know, try to get to 20 or something, but in the end you either have gotten the level you want to go for, or mostly, for example, you wouldn't have that. So that's a good thing. So I've been checking out the website. Well, today is the 26th, yesterday it was 25th, and the server went down for about 4 to 6 hours. I think it was like, yeah, nearly 6 hours, because they were doing the first update after 5.0 already. So the first update they did, well, I'm gonna get to the update in a second because it's a lot, and that's a good thing, like, for you guys, because for the German videos I did not go into that detail, which I'm gonna go in a few seconds. So that's a plus point for you guys. Since I am doing a recap, that's why I wanted to go a little bit more into details. So before I do that, let me just go ahead and see if there's anything else. Well, there was an issue with the Rangers. There was a bug with the Ranger class. It's mainly damage related. So what happened, that Rangers were doing too much damage. So that has been fixed now finally. I do not know that if that would affect us on the European server or the ones in the US, but it did affect the ones in Korea. So that definitely has been fixed. And that it updated patch notes yesterday for I would say 5.01, I guess, and that it update for like they updated the live servers and also the master server. So the thing about the master server is I'm not gonna talk about the master server at all, and the reason for that is that we on the European servers are not getting the master server. A quick understanding: what is the master server? The master servers in Aion. So what they basically did is, let me just quickly show you that. I think it's easier to understand. So while I'm logging off, I can tell you guys. So the master servers, they have in total about 6 master servers, and the master servers have a max level, which is level 50. The master server have a different kind of rating system as well. So of course they have the usual stuff, and the server is up to date. So the server runs on the latest update, as I said, but the max level is 50, so you can't go higher than 50. So you would have the latest stigma system, and you would have the latest equipment or whatever till level 50, and you can just kind of twink around. So that's the master server. They had 6, they closed down 3, so they've got like 3. One is a new one, and then 2 regular ones, and they opened up again 3 new servers for the regular servers, which is the retail 5.0 with all that blurry and all that, you know, beautifulness. Anyway, so that's the master server, yeah. So the reason why I am not gonna go into detail about the patch notes or anything related to master server, because Gameforge, which is the company, you know, dealing with all the Aion stuff in Europe, they said that we are not gonna get the master server ever so far, which means it's kind of pointless to talk about it since we are not gonna get it. I do not know what NCSoft thinks about that for US. You guys might get it. So far, there weren't anything, you know, remotely related about that subject. Like, I haven't heard anything so far. Anyways, so let's get to the real stuff, which is the retail stuff. So for the retail stuff, what they did, they have actually separated the whole update into parts. And what you can see in that one is actually that they've actually, in the characters segment, which is this one, they've added new emotions. So the thing with the emotion is like, well, it's emotions, emotions, yeah, emotes. Let me just go in that one quickly. I hope you guys have checked out my other video, which I did. It was in German, I know that, but still, it was like more logging system related and all that. And in this one, I have actually shown you guys. Let me just open that quickly for a second. Yeah, just go ahead. Anyways, so you have seen this option here. So this option. So this option is actually, because since they have added more emotions and also all the current emotions, they are more alive now. So they did like kind of a remake makeover about all the emotions, which makes the game really interesting, to be honest. It makes it look like a little bit more cute, you know, and it just has that Korean vibe going on, kind of, you know. So that's a good thing. So for that, as I said, that you know, new motions were added. Also, you know, there was this thing when you log out, you get this. I usually forget what it's called. It's not the soul sickness. Well, the soul sickness is the thing when you die, right? Um, I think it's the buff, the yeah, Zeal's buff or something. So when you log out, when you log back in, depending on where you are, you get more experience for a certain period of time, because you can get up to 100%. So when you have 100%, you get more experience. So the good thing is, also you can use this item, you know, the tea. When you drink it, you get like 100% or 50%, and then you can, you know, just go ahead and do a quest or whatever, and you would get more percentage of experience. So this is just for the leveler, guys. So what they did, actually, they fixed that issue that when you log out, usually what happens, it would go, so it would be gone, you know. So they have changed that to 60 minutes, actually. So you have to be logged out for 60 minutes till the previous one is gone. Depending on what you were doing before, it can also you know, it like, as I said, you know, depending on the circumstance, what you were doing before, either you were like doing an instance or you were in the arena or whatever, it can happen that it's gone earlier than 60 minutes, but they have set it a time for 60 minutes. So if you log out for 60 minutes, it would be gone. And after 60 minutes, the next one will be start. So yes, in that point, I did say in the German one that it was 60 seconds. That was my mistake. I'm gonna put in an annotation for that. I'm gonna change that as soon as possible. But it's not 60 seconds, it's 60 minutes. Okay. So that's for that. Also, the mount, which is the water board, they had like some weird, awkward animations going on. So that was fixed, you know. So when you were jumping around and when you would be doing some, I don't know, awkward scenes with that water board, you would get some weird positions, you know, standing around. So that was fixed. Also in battle, in either PvP or PvE, the volume of the game would change. dramatically, and it would be increase or decrease. So that sound problem got fixed, and that's that. And yeah, so let's get to the for the character. I'm gonna say that, like, again, of course there are 6 different things, but I'm not gonna talk about all of them, which I'm not gonna do for all of that either. Like, I am gonna cover the major things which are probably related or mildly interesting for us. The reason for that, why I'm not gonna talk about every single point, is first of all, it's just too much, and secondly, um, most of it does not concern us, since we do not have 5.0 yet. Okay, so let's get to this next part, which is the item, like items related. And for the items relating points, what they did is they have added a new eternal equipment, which is also like eternal and epic and mystic gear. And the music gear, like the gear, drops randomly from random mobs, and it had the max level was 77. Again, that's also a place which I think I didn't mistake in the German version. So you guys are actually good, because I can actually go ahead and review my video and then fix kind of an issue. I'm gonna try that, before I post a video. I'm gonna, just go through it. I just didn't have the time, but now, since I'm learning, it's the first time I have a YouTube channel or whatever. So I'm kind of trying to fix my own mistakes, and hopefully you guys help me with that, so please bear with me and give me as much as feedback as you can. Okay, so let's get back to the point. So the gear, which it was actually dropping for level 77, it was fixed, and now the level is 75, since the max level is 75, and also the stats have been adjusted to match the setting of the item, which are now required. Also, for 5.0, like, also, like, not just the instances but also the random mobs, the item drop list has been fixed and updated to 5.0. Upgrade stones extraction tool. If you use that, like before, you would use the extracting tool and you would get like stones out of it, and you would just go ahead and plus your gear or whatever. But now, since you guys know that, like, I think I showed you that, let me go back and just show it to you again. Yeah, sorry if it's a little bit confusion right now. It's yeah, I'm just gonna blur that out. Okay, so the thing with that is, I did tell you guys that in another video, that if you go ahead, you get this menu option. So after that, you go ahead and you get this window. So before, what happened, you would actually go to an NPC, you would buy an extraction tool, and you would just extract an item, But since that has been changed, what actually is now, you can just stand anywhere and you can, modify your gear, You can extract it, you can, put serums, like, you can Aion modification scrolls, uh, anything which is possible, like, god stones, mana stones, and also, dying, you can make it tradable. So any item, you can make it tradable easy. And there's also a plus point, which we probably gonna get, I guess, is if you open the shop, because since it is in the shop already, is I saw that the other day, I hope it's still there, is when you have an item, you can make it tradable, but for that you need an item which is worth 5,000 ancient coins. So with 5,000 ancient coins, you can kind of make anything tradable. And what they did, they was selling the item on the shop, which is like, I can't see it right now anymore, but it was here. So I'm just assuming that it's gonna be on the European or the US market as well, which is a good thing. Well, I mean, depending on the way you look at it, you can just, go ahead and use money or whatever and just make items tradable, So that's also a plus point. But let's get back to the upgrade itself. So that, so the now this upgrading system is like, if you upgrade something, like if you extract something, you get powder. It's a gray powder, and with the gray powder, you need like a thousand of that to like 1,000 of this powder is equal to a stone, upgrading stone. So as more as you extract, as more powder you get, and the more powder you get, more stones you have. I think it's a good thing, because rather than getting a random crappy amount, you would have a certain good amount, and then you can just go ahead and have a good amount of upgrading stones to just go ahead and upgrade your gear. So I like it, and there was an issue with the upgrading extracting tool window, and also the upgrading tool window. So that also has been fixed. Okay, moving on. Yeah, there was an issue with Legion items, which even though you were in the Legion, but you still couldn't use them. So those items are now usable. Also a fix for previews. So some items, when you would like try to preview them, you couldn't do that. That has been fixed. And also some items, it just there's like a slightly delay in watching an item, like going into the previews section. Yeah, that has been fixed too. Okay. And that is that. That is that. Oh yeah. Okay. So this section is actually quest. I'm not gonna talk about that at all, since we do not have any of those quests yet. It's 5.0. Okay. So that one is the user interface, as you guys can see. For the user interface, what they did is actually they have, when high deva has been modified, and you give creative points, a pop-up window will show up now, and this window will actually, so a pop-up window will show up. Sorry, the translation is sometimes a little bit weird, like, because the way how the Korean talks is like weird, so I have to read the whole thing to then make it understandable. So what I do, I translate it in English, and then from English in German. So I have to do that in my head. so sorry, bear with me. Anyways, so the thing is that when you use the high deva points, which are the CV point, like the creative points, and those points, when you use them, a window will pop up, and also you will have an animation. You will see. I'm gonna show you the animation in a second, since they have updated a video. So I'm gonna get to the video later. Okay. Okay. So let me go on. If there is anything else, yeah, upgrading stone extracting tool modification window has been fixed. The experience gained from the new map NPCs has been fixed. So you get more experience now. Library of knowledge drops magic boost mana stones, which is a good thing for all of us, I guess. And an exit portal has been added to some of the instances, some of the dungeons. And each time you use the character transformation, for the high deva skills, a message will appear on the right corner, where you see your skill bar. Since whenever you do that, you get like 1 or 2 new skills. So I guess that's what their main, the skills just get there all the time. So that's for the update 5.01. It's not much. It does not really concern us, and so far, since mainly it's related 5.0, and we do not have 5.0 yet. The game itself, as I said, I like the way how it's developing, and I'm definitely gonna continue playing it, and I'm definitely gonna continue reporting and letting you guys know what is happening, what is going on in the Aion world. And yeah, that's mainly it for it today. If you guys want, you can watch the video. I'm gonna play it here now, and also I'm gonna have a link in the description afterwards for that video, so if you want, you can just go ahead and watch it in full quality or whatever. Please like, subscribe, so I know that this is, it's just appreciated. I would appreciate it more, and I would know that you guys are watching my videos, and it's definitely worth and continue doing it. Okay, thank you guys. Have fun watching the video, and see ya.